Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers.
I thank everybody that's involved with this process because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers.
Experience is not about the publisher, it is about us, the authors.
Hey y'all, Linda Crosby here.
There's no music.
Hey y'all, Linda Crosby here. I'm sorry about that. Somehow or another, my volume went down and my husband and I were trying to get it back up. And again, I went out. But anyways, I am the author of The Day My Life Changed, an accident survivor, and soon to be released, my first poetry book titled Sweet Baby, Peace of Mind. And here is the cover. Sweet Baby, Peace of Mind is compelling and straightforward because my poems are about the things I have experienced and the things I am experiencing in this thing called life. And as promised, I am here to answer your questions. And first, let me apologize because on Monday, I said that I would have answered your questions on Tuesday, but just to let you know, on yesterday, which was Tuesday, my husband and I had an important appointment we could not had afforded to miss. There was a question at the end on Monday about hopelessness. Well, in my book, I have a subchapter which is called Hope. And there were a point in my life where I lost hope. But in that chapter, I explain about how when you lose hope, how the enemy, and I don't know if you believe in the devil or not, but I do. And this is when he comes in to plant seeds of doubts in your mind. And if you water them, they will grow. And so, what I've found about hopelessness is that you have to be strong in your faith, whether you are a person of faith or not. You need to have some kind of faith to have hope. And if you are a person of faith, you just need to put God first and foremost and not listen to the lies of the enemy, which is the devil, and just do the best you can. But at the same time, you need a good support system, because when you feel like there is no hope, you need someone to let you know there is hope and who are going to be there with you through thick and thin. And so you just need to reach deep within and just know that just because things are not good today, tomorrow, as long as you have faith, they will get better. And that is coming from a personal standpoint. And so, my advice to you about hopelessness is just to keep moving forward, keep the faith, and do the best you can, rather, and have a good support system to hold you up through these very trying times in your life. And I hope I've answered that question for you, James Lynch Jackson. And I pray that whatever that question means to you, that it will help you by the words that I am saying here today. Thank you. Before I get to today's questions, please take a look at these pictures. This picture was taken at a friend's house, so disregard my surroundings. I accept people for who they are, not for how they live. Here I am, bony as a skeleton. And an ordeal happened on that day, but I will say, be careful of the company that you keep, because friends have other friends too. And everybody is not going to like you. And I see that my second picture is shown here on the screen. Here comes 1995. That is when I considered my first marriage to be over, even though I was not divorced yet. Check out my short hairdo. I call my hair my wig because of it being so thick. It resembles a wig. Not being vain, but it is still pretty and very long these days, and I always get compliment on it. Here's another picture. See? It is longer now than it was back then, but these days it is usually braided. Sometimes I do get a wild hair, no pun intended, and let my hairdresser leave it hanging down. But she always has to come back and put it back up for me. And as y'all can see, here I gained a few pounds, but nowadays my healthy weight loss plan remedies that. You can find it on my website, www.lindacrosbyauthor.com, or contact me by email, lindacrosby@lindacrosbyauthor.com. And I have a post office box listed on my website as well. I got you covered from every angle. And the kitten, that was my kitten, Belle, Princess Belle. My husband, Roy, sweet baby. If you've been watching me, you know that my husband and I, we call each other sweet baby. We had her for 14 plus years, and that old nasty, stinking cancer took her away. She is buried in our backyard. She is gone, but forever on my mind and in my heart. Now to today's question. Just bear with me, please. Here are the questions for today. Thank you for waiting. What was your next book all about? Hey, Angelique Sanchez. Thank you. My next book is about the day I found the Lord for myself, which will be released soon by Reader's Magnet. In this book, I go back to my childhood up until nowadays. And there is a chapter in that book that is called The Day I Found the Lord for Myself. And I tell about my transformation. And you see, I grew up in the church, but I strayed away. But in that chapter, I tell how I returned back to Jesus Christ, who is the head of my life. Number 2, what advice can you give to a young individual who has insecurity because of his disability? Hey, Mark, thank you. Well, Mark, being disabled myself, but I'm old and you are young. So, what I would say, or what I'm going to say to you, I hope it will help. What you need to do, if you are the one who has a disability, Mark, or even if you're speaking for someone else, or asking rather for someone else, hold your head up high. There is no need to have any kind or kinds of insecurity, because I am quite sure your disability is just like my disabilities. It is not something that you could have helped. But now that you are disabled, there is no need for insecurity. Hold your head up high and do the best you can, and tell others about your disabilities or disability, because you can help by sharing with others, just like how I am doing, about what you are going through, and maybe you can make their life easier. So just keep pressing forward, hold your head up high, do the best you can, and don't let your disability prevent you from living the life that you plan, but now that is limited. So just try to go around that, and just know you will need people there to support you, as well as anyone who is feeling hopeless. That's the best advice that I could give you about insecurity while you are disabled. Question number 3. Aside from writing, what are your other hobbies? Olivia Williams, thank you. Well, Olivia, my other hobbies are singing. I love to sing. I sing for my church, and I love the old black and white movies. They are a pleasure to me. And the old Cowboys movie, the black and white one, the westerns, because I have learned so much of invaluable lessons of life from them. And I love proclaiming the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living through the pages of my little book. And I'm also a poet, so I love poems. And I've always been an avid book lover. So I read insightful books whenever I get a chance. And so those are my hobbies. I love those things, and they are what keep me going. Who inspire you to write your upcoming book? Michael, Thank you. My life. If obviously you were not listening in, because on yesterday, oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't here yesterday. On Monday, I talked about how when I read back over my own book, how I put myself in someone's place, and it's just like I have to know what is going to happen next. And this is not something that I do on my own. It just happens. And it just like, it's crazy because it's my life. But I need to know too. So it's crazy. Next question. Do you believe that life is unfair? Thank you, Mary White. No. I believe that anything that happens in life happens for a reason. And if something in life happens that we do not like, we have to take that and turn it into something positive. And I know that is hard because on one of my sessions, I talked about how each day I have to realize for myself that it is a blessing to be alive. And then I'm grateful. So I can't not, I will not say that life is unfair because life happens. And ready or not, here it comes. So you have to take it as it comes and do the best you can. And just try to understand that there's a reason for everything. And that is how I live my life. And that's how I am able to get through life. But most of all, I put God first and foremost in my life. And I sang a song called Because He Lives, I Can Face Tomorrow. So that's why I can make it through this life of sin and sorrow. The second part is not part of the song. The song is titled Because He Lives. Next question. How do you stay positive despite of all your problems? Thank you, Agnes. Well, Agnes, I pretty much summed it up just with the question before your question. Do I believe that life is unfair? And again, I stay positive because I put God first and foremost in my life. And I can truly say now that I have made Jesus Christ the head of my life, good things just keep happening to me. And so that's how I stay positive. And of course, I have my husband of 22 plus years, and he is always by my side. And so when we have good people in our lives, that helps tremendously. So that's how I stay positive. And that is all the question that I have. And oh, I see JP. I can't pronounce your last name, but I'm gonna try. Abacilla. I hope I got it right. If not, forgive me. Absolutely. A beautiful song, an inspirational song. And if I could, I would sing it for you now. But my time is limited. So I would like to let y'all know where y'all can purchase my books rather. So just bear with me for a minute, please. Okay. And please remember, I forgot. I got a few words of wisdom to say. Excuse me. Everything today is a little off, but that's okay. I'm still here and still we still here together. Words of wisdom. We all go through struggle, but we have to keep fighting. Do not dwell on what was or could have been, which can lead to discouragement. And do not give up, even though it may be a hellacious battle. Because the moment you give up, you will discover that you missed out on your breakthrough. Trust God. He has a purpose for you, and He will see you through. And please remember my second nonfiction book, The Day I Found the Lord for Myself, and my first poetry book, Sweet Baby, Peace of Mind, and the audio book of my first book, The Day My Life Changed, an Accident Survivor, will be released soon by my publishing company, Reader's Magnet, www.readersmagnet.com, and Amazon and Barnes and Noble too. For my first book, The Day My Life Changed, an Accident Survival, go to my website, www.lindacrosbyauthor.com, or call 1-800-788-7654. Thank y'all for being with me again today. And for those of you who are just here for the first time today, God willing, I will see y'all again on Thursday. God bless y'all. Let me try it again. God bless y'all. Until then, peace.